stickers and chats are always welcome during the live stream. TikTok is gone. Deuces. It's a wrap for now, baby. Might stay a wrap. We're going to play this commentary. Then I'm going to read you some information pertaining to if and how Mr. Trump could re-induct TikTok back into the U.S. Thank you for joining me. Hope y'all are well. Have a safe weekend. And once again, Happy New Year, everybody.
Some breaking news tonight. It appears TikTok has shut down in the U.S. early. This evening, American users got this error message on their screen when they tried to open the app. The TikTok ban was supposed to begin tomorrow after the Supreme Court upheld a law to shut down the app over concerns about its ties to China, but it could be back as early as Monday. President-elect Donald Trump says he will most likely delay a ban on TikTok for 90 days after he takes office on Monday. But he says he has not made a final decision in a phone interview with NBC News today. TikTok CEO thanked the president-elect yesterday for his support as the company tries to bring the platform back to the U.S.
This is a strong stand for the First Amendment and against arbitrary censorship. As we've said, TikTok is a place where people can create communities, discover new interests, and express themselves.
Yeah, it appears TikTok has also been removed from the App Store.
Removed from the App Store. So, the only people that can access it right now are people who have data, and you can go in and download your information pertaining to TikTok if you are a TikToker, but you just trying to go in and join the app, as a new customer or whatever, you cannot. Okay, so we're going to show you the information on the app as it stands right now. If you were to go into your phone through Google search to open it up, 1 second. My video jumped off there, so let me go back and show you the sign that it says, "Hello, Sky, darling, how are you?" Here we go, right here is where I want to be. Okay, blow this up for everybody. Welcome to the Vault Excel. Thank you for joining me. Please check out my video on P. Diddy from yesterday pertaining to Miss Ashley Parham, who claims that he essayed her in a home in California back in 2018. Also, you can find content pertaining to her interview on News Nation. This is what TikTok says at the current moment. If you log into Google, a law banning TikTok has been enacted in the U.S. Unfortunately, that means you can't use TikTok for now. We are fortunate that President Trump has indicated that he will work with us on a solution to reinstate TikTok once he takes office. Please stay tuned. Now, once again, people who have data in it can go in and download it if they're already a TikTok customer and you have content. You can go in there and download it because you're already, signed in. But as for a new person, such as me or whomever, you're not going to be able to get in. So anyway, let's stay on topic, please. Thank you. This is how I look at it. Why are you, sir, the guy in this video, feeling like it's okay for Trump to come in and reorchestrate what's already been done? The Supreme Court already voted on this. So what would the Supreme Court look like going back in to say, well, okay, he's in office now, we'll rethink it? No, it don't work like that. If the Supreme Court wanted this app to reside in the United States, operate here, they would not have put a ban on it. They could have easily said, okay, we've heard your argument, which they just went to court over a week ago to give their argument in court. And they said what they said. It's still going to be a ban. It is a ban. Matter of fact, how about that? It's 1-something in the morning here in East Tennessee, 1:38 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. The ban is on. You all cut the app off before the 19th. So if you really wanted to keep it on, you would have kept it on right until America shut it off, how I look at it. But you didn't. You went on and cut it off hours beforehand. So it don't seem like to me you were really trying to, get all the views and likes you could before the U.S. ban. What a crazy nonsense. Okay? Behave in the chat. We don't have time for that nonsense today, honey. It's not that serious. It's just an app. This is what's wrong with the world right now. Everybody getting all worked up about a damn app. It's just an app, just like any app. YouTube's an app. Facebook's an app. The point is, at one point, these apps did not exist. That's how I look at it. And that's what's wrong with people right now in America and abroad. You're too wrapped up in social media, this thing right here, this computer, this phone, iPads. You take anything people say and run with it, spread it like it's the holy grail, the truth. That's because people have gotten detached from reality. And that's just a spoken word. There's people right now, they can't maneuver unless they get up and see what somebody said on Facebook. They haven't even washed their face, brushed their teeth. Let me see what they said. I see people who just sit there for hours on the app all damn day. Just scroll. Go out to eat. Table full of people. Everybody's on their phone. That's the point. It's ridiculous. Apps in general. We're not just going to say TikTok. All of them, they're all the same. Let's hear what these people have to say, MSN, pertaining to what Mr. Trump can do and not do. The federal ban on TikTok is set to take effect Sunday after the Supreme Court upheld the law Friday, and while reports Wednesday suggest President-elect Donald Trump is mulling an executive order that would quickly reinstate the app, he may have limited options, and his attempts to stop it could be challenged in court. Key facts. Trump opposes the TikTok ban taking effect, his lawyers said in a recent court filing, and the president-elect asks, why would I want to get rid of TikTok on Truth Social, posting a graphic that boasted his popularity on the platform and the billions of views his official accounts and hashtags associated with him have garnered. And I think they were talking about like 150 million or more. I stand corrected. The point is he likes talking, Donald Trump. So I can't see him wanting to be off of any app that shows him running his mouth and giving his business about this and that. He likes to be seen. Mr. Trump likes to talk a lot. So you all have a problem right here. The lawyer saying one thing, that he opposes TikTok in a recent court filing, but then he says, well, why would I want to get rid of TikTok? So that doesn't make any sense. The law which prohibits U.S. app stores from hosting TikTok unless Chinese parent company ByteDance divests from it, it's scheduled to take effect one day before Trump's January 20th inauguration. On Friday, pertaining to the ban. Trump asked the Supreme Court to stall from taking effect until after he takes office, arguing he wants time to resolve the ban before it can take effect. But the court did not uphold his request and did not pause it from taking effect. That's the point, because Trump wasn't the president. So they didn't have to. So if they feel like it's an issue with security in this country, then it doesn't really matter who was the president at the time. We feel like it's a threat to our security. We think these people are spying on us. We don't want a company affiliated with the Chinese. So therefore, we don't want it here. That's what obviously, that's why it's banned. So I believe it would have got banned regardless, or whoever the president is. But we'll get to that here in just a second, how I feel about this app and so on and so forth. Okay. So once again, the court did not uphold its request and did not pause it from taking effect. The law empowers the president to pause the ban for 90 days if TikTok shows it's in the process of separating from ByteDance. So Trump could pause it once he takes office, which reports suggest he may do, as the Washington Post cited anonymous sources who said Trump is considering delaying the law for 60 to 90 days. And the New York Times similarly reported Trump could issue an executive order pausing the law until a deal with ByteDance is reached. While an executive order could give time to negotiate a deal with ByteDance, if he pauses the law without actual evidence showing ByteDance is divesting, the executive order may not be legally sound, meaning it could be challenged in court and the ban could take off their app stores. Let me go back. Meaning it could be challenged in court and the ban could take effect anyway. Or companies like Apple and Google could still take the TikTok off their app store. Sorry about that. Hello, hon. Hello, everybody. So once again, ByteDance isn't, if there is look like they are, the ban will stay in effect until Congress decides to repeal the law. Trump was non-committal about what actions he could take in a phone call with CNN Friday following the Supreme Court's ruling. It ultimately goes up to me, he says. So you're going to see what I'm going to do, he says. Congress has given me the decision, so I'll be in the decision. See, that makes no sense. Supreme Court rule, and now he's saying Congress is going to, what's going on? So we're going to hear from the Biden administration. They said they would defer it to Trump on enforcing the TikTok ban, given it takes effect on the last day of President Joe Biden's term. Given the sheer fact of timing, this administration recognizes that actions to implement the law, which takes office on Monday, Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre said following the court's ruling. The Supreme Court upheld the TikTok ban in an unsigned opinion Friday, meaning it's unclear if any justices voted against the law, ruling the ban does not violate TikTok and its users' First Amendment rights, as the plaintiffs claim. Justices over other social media apps and oppose TikTok and content creators' arguments that the law silences their speech. The federal law neither references the content of speech on TikTok nor reflects disagreement with the message such speech conveys. Justices argue, even as they acknowledge the policy certainly burdens TikTok's users' expressive activity in a non-trivial way. So basically they're just talking about what will Trump do about it. Can Trump just not enforce the TikTok ban? It says while Trump could just declare that his administration won't enforce the TikTok ban, it's hard to say whether that would actually work. Justice Brett Kavanaugh questioned Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar on Friday about that possibility, and Prelogar acknowledged Trump could order it not to be enforced, and while it remains to be seen what the effects of that would be, there may be safeguards to legally protect companies who keep TikTok up as a result of his promises about facing penalties. Legal experts have suggested companies aren't likely to take the risk and potentially subject themselves to legal liability by keeping up TikTok, even if Trump says it's fine. However, given the possibility that Trump could change his mind and decide to start enforcing the ban, enforce this ban, University of Washington Law School professor Ron Kalo told The Times. But I think that maybe conservative companies would just be like, okay, you're not going to enforce it, but it's on the books and you could enforce at any time. Will ByteDance divest from TikTok? TikTok and ByteDance so far haven't shown any interest in separating, with TikTok arguing in a court filing that doing so is not possible technologically, commercially, or legally. It remains to be seen if the company will change its mind should the Supreme Court uphold the law and it actually takes effect, which it has. Justices upholding the ban could be the jolt that ByteDance and TikTok need to actually start the divestment process. Trump could also potentially have an impact on forcing ByteDance's hand, as James Lewis, director of the Strategic Technologies Program at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, told NPR that China could be persuaded to approve of ByteDance selling TikTok in exchange for Trump backing off his threat of high tariffs on Chinese imports. A source familiar with ByteDance's thinking. So could TikTok be a bargaining tool for Mr. Trump and the Chinese and the tariffs? I don't know. What if the ban takes place? The full impact of the TikTok ban taking effect is still unclear. The law does not ban Americans from using TikTok and wouldn't wipe it from users' phones, but rather bans U.S. app stores and internet service providers from hosting it. That would not download or update TikTok from Apple or Google's app stores, so it would grow obsolete and eventually no longer work. Oracle also wouldn't be allowed to host TikTok's U.S. user data as it does now, though it's been unclear on whether that would result in TikTok shutting down entirely in the U.S. TikTok said in a court filing that internet service providers from hosting the app means the company could no longer provide the services that enable the TikTok platform to function, effectively shutting down TikTok in the United States. And TikTok's lawyer, Noel Francisco, reiterated that Friday, saying, "It's his understanding that if the ban takes effect, we go dark." Multiple outlets report TikTok is planning to totally shut off access to the app in the U.S. on Sunday, should the ban take effect as scheduled, with users will only see a pop-up message directing them to a website with more information about the ban. TikTok has told its U.S. employees they will still have jobs and the company's U.S. offices will remain open even if the ban takes effect, the Times reports. So now we're talking about people who work for TikTok in America, which I did not know that they had U.S. employees here. It says U.S. employees, they will still have jobs and the company's U.S. offices will remain open. So you'll keep it open waiting on what you're saying. So it's still a gamble either way. Will the ban impact possible TikTok alternative Lemon 8? Yes. The ban is expected to similarly impact ByteDance-owned apps CapCut and Lemon 8. So then you have to think about that. What if the Congress tells Trump no? So then Lemon 8 is CapCut. I'm assuming they would be banned as well. Where are we going with this? You ban one Chinese company, you might as well ban them all. What's the point? You can't keep them all open. You can't keep TikTok open. Just saying. If the ban does block TikTok's U.S. user data from being hosted by a U.S. company, it's possible the data that TikTok already has on its American users could be moved to China, which a Forbes investigation found is what happened when India similarly banned the app. That would actually make it more likely the data could be accessed by the Chinese government, contrary to the federal law's national security goals. Oh, see, the block is getting hot now. Lord have mercy. President Joe Biden signed the bill requiring TikTok to leave ByteDance or else be banned into law in April, reflecting a bipartisan concern from the lawmakers that the app poses a threat to national security. TikTok has long denied any wrongdoing or links to the Chinese government, but Forbes has reported numerous concerns involving the app, including TikTok spying on journalists, promoting Chinese propaganda that criticize U.S. politicians, mishandling user data, and tracking sensitive words. The specific evidence the government has for justifying TikTok's ban has not been made public, however, and was entirely redacted in court filings. The app sued to block the law days after it was enacted, arguing that the ban unlawfully infringed on the First Amendment rights. A panel of federal judges sided with the government's argument that the ban was justified due to the national security threat and did not violate TikTok's First Amendment rights. Users can still post on the app if it just separates itself from ByteDance. The court ruled the law as it was enacted. It actually a less restrictive way of handling the government's concerns about TikTok, given the fact it still allows the company to operate in the U.S. if ByteDance divests from it. TikTok appealed the case to the Supreme Court after the lower court declined to pause the law from taking effect, and the Supreme Court quickly took it up, scheduling arguments for January 10th, but declined to pause the law in the meantime. If you need verification for the information that I've read to you, MSN is the source. Wow, wow, wow. Just going through everything, making sure I read everything to you guys pertaining to this. TikTok and ByteDance so far haven't shown any interest in separating, with TikTok arguing in a court filing that doing so is not, as I just said, technologically, commercially, or legally. So basically they're saying they can't do it. Trump has been mulling a range of options on how to handle TikTok, the Post reports. In addition to an executive order that would pause the that would pause the law from taking effect for a few months, Trump has reportedly considered issuing an order that would unravel the law, which is all but certain to result in legal challenges, given the policy was passed by Congress with bipartisan support, and presidents cannot unilaterally repeal federal laws. Unilaterally, excuse me. The Times similarly reports Trump could use an executive order to declare the law won't be enforced, or that it won't be enforced only temporarily until a deal is reached. Trump is reportedly eager to make a deal with TikTok and ByteDance, per the Post, with allies floating options that could include forcing the sale of TikTok's U.S. assets in a way that would give the U.S. Treasury a cut of the proceeds, or revive TikTok's Project Texas, a plan TikTok previously offered to the Biden administration about how it could handle the U.S. Oh, Lord, this is too much. In national security concerns, without separating from ByteDance, experts cited by the Post suggested China, which would have to approve any sale by ByteDance, would only be likely to cut a deal with Trump on TikTok as part of broader political negotiations between the two governments. My thing is, if America knew that this was an issue, why in the world did you bring forth this nonsense in April of 2024? You know how long it takes to do things through the government and judicial process. You always damn well, one day before Trump is supposed to go become inaugurated, this is just dumb to me. You had a year before, 2 years before. I refuse to believe you just got information last year that the Chinese is a threat. That's how I look at it. Just like everything else. Why I keep waiting to the last minute to do things? So when did the U.S. get information of any data breaches, selling of information, spying on reporters, so on and so forth? And then they had the information redacted in the court filings, so they've got some type of proof. Because whenever they redact anything in documents, that means they have some evidence. So what evidence do they have? Because this article says that information was redacted in the court filings, obviously what America has against the Chinese. So will Trump put an executive order, and for how long? Because I think the Chinese, this ByteDance wants Trump to be their savior. But where there's a problem is that if they are a threat and they're not telling the truth, like someone, information still can get in the hands of the Chinese anyway. So, especially with it going dark, it's dark now. The app's not up. Some people are against TikTok being here. So I don't know. How is Trump upholding it for 60 days, 90 days going to help? When you don't want to sell the company, because that would be the stipulation, I'm sure, with Congress. Okay, Trump, we'll let you do this for 60, 90 days, but you still got to show us proof they're going to sell the app. And I don't think this company wants to sell. They're waiting for Trump to get into office to just let it go on through, but it doesn't work like that. I don't think it's going to work like that. I don't. I could be wrong. But I don't think it's going to work. Just he says, oh, well, we'll just let it sit around for 30 days, 60 days, whatever. Okay, then after 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, then what? ByteDance is going to be comfortable at that point. And they're going to think, well, Trump's let us sit here for 30 days, 60 days. I'm not going to sell. Why should I sell? We're friends. Common sense. I don't think it's going to work out. I don't care. 30 to 90 days. That's just enough time for ByteDance to think they're in Trump's pocket. That's all I'm saying. We'll see. We will see. Yes, sorry about it's buffering. This is funny. Anytime topics, my Wi-Fi goes zut, 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 zut. So sorry about the interruptions. I think the apps are full of junk, quite frankly. I've noticed 2 different phones I've had in the past, 2 to 3 years? They all tend to act funny. They jump the screen legit. So to me, it don't matter if the Chinese own them. America owns them. There's something funny with these apps because I'm now on phone number 2 that has these apps. The phone I purchased probably that would be 23, 22 that winter. Okay, what, January, February 2 maybe? Can't even remember. I'm still needing another phone. I'm holding on to this one for dear life when really I need another one. And I feel like the brand of the phone is a good brand, but still there's something going on with these apps. Because I went into change.org back in, what was that, 21, 22, the fall, that winter, and it locked me out of Google. Just going, it was very meticulous what name I put in for the change.org, to sign a petition. And that's when I was talking about a true crime case of Quentin Simon. And that damn app locked me out of my damn Google. So that told me a lot right there. I don't really care for these apps. And sadly, we live in a world where everything you deal with is an app. App for your banking. You need an app for this. You need a portal for whoever's your landlord, manager of your apartment complex. They got a portal for you to go through to put in information for a maintenance request or to pay your rent. All this stuff that we never had to deal with before. And there's times you can go with an app and you've never even dealt with the app before. Email, put in your password, it'll tell you it's insufficient. And you're like, how the hell can it be insufficient when I've never even dealt with you before? It's my first time coming into the damn app. How can it be incorrect if that's my damn password? So see, I don't care for these apps. I don't care for none of them. And I tell people that all the time. You better stop getting used to this. You better stop getting used to this, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You gotta stop getting used to this. Yeah, but you don't want your life to be dictated by a cell phone. This isn't what you want. This isn't what you want. All right, calm down. I'm saying apps I've dealt with have messed up my cell phone. That's what I'm saying. I don't have to explain myself. I said what I said. You don't know nothing about these apps that you put on your phone. Just because somebody offers it and says, hey, download the app. You don't know what these apps are doing to your phone. You don't know where your information is going when you sign into these damn apps. That's the whole point the government is trying to make. Obviously, they have evidence to support what they're saying. That's why the information was redacted from the court filings. You don't know what. And only a fool would trust the app anyway. You're trusting something foreign that you don't know anything about. It's common sense. I just wouldn't get attached to none of this stuff. Oh, it's not working either, Skylar? Why, you went on there, Skylar? Well, Jules, it said you can go in there and download your information. That's what this message is. It said if you're already a TikToker, you can go in and download your data. Funeral will be held in 2 weeks. Don't know what you're talking about. I don't have an Obama phone. I have a major brand phone. Same brand that made all the best TVs, flat screen TVs, since you know so much. This is what happens. People come in here just talking. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about. Yes, Joe. Time to move on. No, it's not going to sell. They don't want to sell it. Hold on, everybody. I'm going through some of these derogatory texts because we don't promote any racial nonsense over here. Lord, what is he talking about? Oh, somebody said time to work at Subway. Damn, that's deep. You said it's still here in Africa. Well, honey, we're in America. We're two different countries. Well, I talk about what I want to talk about. This is my channel. It's for clout, but you're in the chat talking. See how ignorant people are? What do you care about what I'm talking about over here? That doesn't make any sense. What do you care? I talk about whatever I want to talk about. I talk about all type of topics on my channel. Since it's for clout. Well, see if your comments stay in here for clout. How about that? Australia. You don't want it in Australia? Why not? Well, everybody, that's the latest. This sign is what you'll see if you decide to go into the TikTok app. That's why I had to post it here. Lobagang, why are you getting so riled up about the app? I mean, what's the deal? I'm trying to understand what's the problem. You all are horrible. They cut off that oxygen. God, you all are cruel. So somebody said it's not a democracy. This ain't a democracy. Oh, okay. This is going to have an adverse effect on people's trust of the government. Well, there's a lot of things the government does that we have no knowledge of. Yes, standing on a ledge. I agree with you. I totally agree with you there. I believe some people probably will unalive themselves. Totally agree. Just going back and rereading some of you all's comments while I was reading. You know America don't have the most people from around the world. Come on now, stop being stupid. You're not making any sense. Somebody says selfish Americans. Whew, mercy. Well, I don't like America. Well, then I'll help you unlike America. Super miracle. You don't like America, but you're on YouTube in a YouTube chat. Make that make sense. So we're going to help you unlike America. I don't like America, but you're on YouTube. It's an American company. You don't like it. Well, all I can say is this is it, everybody. This is the latest information. Sorry, TikTok isn't available right now. Once again, if you are a TikToker, or as someone called them, a refugee. God, when I heard that the other day, I thought I was going to scream. Go in and download your data as a TikToker. Okay, so just letting you know if you're a TikToker, retrieve your information allegedly. Allegedly, that's what they're saying. I don't know because I'm not on it to find out. I don't have anything on TikTok. But allegedly said you could go in if you were already a TikToker and you can get your data. So there you have it. Oh my God, better start working at Instabook. Come on, you guys. Just calm down, everybody. Yeah, news alert, YouTube isn't America. Well, it's American enough. It's American enough. It's American enough. They ain't talking about getting rid of YouTube or the Facebook, so that should tell you something. Because they're owned by Google. So there you have it. So Zuckerberg, what is he? He's not American? Who is he that owns Meta? Who is he? Well, you're not going to be in this chat talking about not liking America. That's your choice. I don't want to hear that nonsense. That's the main thing people love to say about Americans. What you don't like about America, this, that, and the other. The only motherfucker that should be complaining about America is us because we're here. There are lots of things that we don't like about America, and we are Americans. So if anybody should be complaining, it should be us Americans, okay? The only thing most of us have a problem with America is intervening. Yes. Nonsense and running to the aid of other countries. If I was to complain about American and foreign affairs, but that's not the subject today. We're talking about a TikTok app. So stick to the subject. The subject is about the damn app. So why are you getting yourself upset about what the hell is going on here in America? You don't live here. So what do you care that TikTok is not going to be Google App Store, Google and Apple? What do you care? You would care less. You would care less. You do what a lot of foreigners do. You just sit up behind a computer screen, typing in a chat, complaining about what the hell's going on here in America. Like I said, you shouldn't have a problem with us. You're not here. You don't live over here. So what do you care about what we're doing over here? Or maybe that's how we should keep it. Americans worry about Americans and foreigners worry about foreigners. How about that? And we all can just get along just fine. Everybody stay in their lane and mind their business, and everybody takes care of their own and worry about their own. And I think we'll all get along just fine, okay? There you have it. I don't care about you leaving, honey. Matter of fact, let me help you leave. There you go. Let me help you leave. Corrupted. Hey, Pentin, how you doing, babe? See, that's what these people do. They just come in the chat and go on and on, get mad because they don't like something that you're saying. You don't like what I'm saying. I'm not TikTok. I don't own TikTok. So if you mad at somebody, you get mad at that. You want to get mad at the United States government? But you don't get mad at me. I'm just the messenger. When you get an attitude, why? Because I'm not jumping up and down, screaming, oh, they're getting rid of TikTok. Oh, my gosh. TikTok ain't done nothing for me to be getting all excited that they won't be operating in the United States. What the hell? You got Snapchat, Facebook, IG, YouTube. Then you got the threads on IG. What else you want? I'm just saying, what else you want to sit up and talk about absolutely nothing? How many apps you think there need to be around you? Just sit up and talk, dance, tie pots and pans around your head, making noise. I'm just saying. Live streaming. What the hell? Don't come over here in my chat trying to make me a villain because I'm not jumping up and down that TikTok is not going to be in the United States. I don't want anybody spying on me. I don't want Americans spying on me. So what the hell would I want with the Chinese spying on me? And we don't know where our information is going. That's the very reason why we're getting hacked all the time. Your bank account is getting hacked. You got all these foreigners stealing your profiles because you're posting your pictures on Facebook and IG. This is serious business. People sending you text messages asking you, are you selling your house? Do you want to go do this and that? You don't even know how they got your fucking telephone number. You don't even know how they even got a hold of you to be messaging you. You're like, who the hell is this? So that's what you should be thinking about. And the government is also saying that we don't need to be sending text messages from a smartphone to an Android because it's not encrypted. Stay woke. May sound far-fetched, but maybe the government knows more than what we think they know. They don't have to tell us everything. That's why it's the United States government. They don't want to tell you everything. They just want to give you enough to tell you, hey, you might want to leave that alone. Stop texting. Smartphone users, stop texting people on Androids. That's what they're saying. You believe it or you don't believe it. It's up to you. But you can't get mad at the message. Well, what are you getting mad at the message for? I think most people should know there's a hanky-panky with all this stuff. The cell phone, the computer, messenger sitting over here in the corner. You hit the messenger like you got a message. Next thing you know, it shut your computer down. Well, who you think did that? Come on now. You have Messenger on your computer. I know, I've done it 2 times. Last summer, boom, Messenger goes out. Shuts the whole computer down. Hell, just like this app is not responding now, and I'm on it. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't depend on these apps. I don't care who owns the company, America, Chinese, Russia, whoever. You can't put your stock in stuff that you don't really know anything about. Who gets an attitude about a damn app? You people better get it together because you keep depending on these apps and you're going to be in a world of surprise one day. Seriously. As I keep telling people about your money, stop depending on a credit card, debit card. You're running a debit card for a $3 coffee. For what? You don't have $3 in your pocket? Come on now. Getting upset? Oh, the ATM ain't working. The machine ain't working at the store. I can't use my debit card. Maybe God's trying to tell you something. Keep cash on you. Okay? I tell people that all the time. Keep cash on you. You need to keep cash on you. Seriously. No, I don't have a bad attitude. I don't have a bad attitude. You just want somebody to sit up here and agree with you. I'm not going to agree with you about no damn app. That's out. So there you have it. Okay, now we're not about to listen to that crazy nonsense about no McDonald's. Have to stop the nonsense now. Right. What'd you say? Mr. Libitar, thank you. Exactly. I mean, people are crazy. Getting upset over a damn app and getting upset. What in the world is going on? That's just crazy to me. I wouldn't even get upset. I'm not about to, that's just like me getting upset that the government is sending messages about using the sending text messages. So who should I call? The governor? Should I write him a nasty letter? What do you mean? What do you mean I can't get a text? What do you mean I can't send text messages? I mean, come on. I'm gonna get angry? Why would I get angry about that? No, I'm not about to get an attitude about anything pertaining to what the government is, messages they're sending out. I'm not going to get upset about any of that. If they know something, I'm just going to accept the fact that they know something. If they know there's something not right with phone-to-phone usage, that things can be, hacked, I'll accept that. I'm not gonna get an attitude because of that. Well, that's the latest information, everybody, coming from TikTok. As you see, this is the information you're going to see if you go into Google. Google and Apple are not supposed to be naturally running TikTok. If you do have TikTok or you were a TikToker, they said you can go in and get your information and download it. I don't know. I'm not a TikToker, so I'm not really sure. Maybe somebody will come back and tell us if they're able to download their personal information from TikTok, their data or not. But if you'd like to donate to this great network, $BeGanji, 129 Cash App. Stickers and chats are welcome during the live stream. Now, that's an app I like, Cash App. I said that. Okay, I'm keeping it real. Thank you all so much for following this network. Welcome all new subs and visitors. Feel free to follow me over on the Newsbreak app, another crazy app, where I give similar commentary and content on breaking news. Check out my P. Diddy video from yesterday. It's a wild, wicked story. News Nation has taken that video down that I watched early yesterday morning. Put it back up because I have not gone back in to watch that 40-minute video of Ashley Parham giving her account of what P. Diddy did to her. But I will go in after this live stream to see if they reposted that live interview. But it's some really wicked stuff, allegations she brought forward in that live interview pertaining to Sean Puffy Combs. And that's that. Say only for Americans. Yeah, that's it. You all have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Stay safe. A lot of places are going to be getting snow this weekend, so you all please be safe. Be aware of your faculties. Happy New Year to everybody, and thank you for listening to the Vault Excel. Thank you for your time. Thank you so much, everybody.